You know, if there's one thing that I'm going to take away from this movie, is that I will never, ever, 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 ever again play a game of hide and seek. Ever. The Conjuring. The Conjuring stars Vera Farmiga, Night Owl from The Watchmen, Lily Taylor, and that guy from Office Space.
I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
And it's the story of Ed and Lorraine Warren. True story. They're ghost hunters, paranormal investigators. Well, they prefer a paranormal investigator, but they're ghost hunters. And they are called to investigate a haunting or hauntings that this family, the Perrin family, is experiencing. And so they go and try and figure out what's haunting this family, why is it haunting this family, is it evil, is it good? They're ghost hunters. And I actually really enjoyed this movie. Now, here's what intrigued me to see this movie first. It's rated R, not for language, not for nudity, not for violence. It's rated R for sheer terror. And that is what intrigued me. I thought that was awesome. Because I've seen a lot of horror movies before. And the R-rated horror movies are always going after the cheap scares. You know, the in-your-face jump scares. You know, where the music builds and then something pops up. But this one unnerved me. It really did. I'm normally not scared in movies. I've seen so many movies, I know how they work, that they don't affect me. This one did. Surprisingly enough, I was not expecting that, but this one really unnerved me. I found myself in the theater like this, like, what's gonna happen? And I normally never do that. And so right there, I would say that is one reason to go see this film. If you really want to be genuinely freaked out and genuinely scared, go see this movie. I will say this, it's not nothing that you haven't seen before in horror films. But the way that they execute it and the way that they build the music and that sort of thing, it's really intense. But what's going to happen? So, let's head to the grade scale. Yay! I'm going to grade all the movies on a few things. 1, acting, first and foremost. 2, story. Gotta have a good story. 3, characters. You gotta have interesting characters. If you don't have interesting characters, it really makes or breaks your movie. That's obvious. That's just movie 101 right there. And then 4, the effects. So, acting. I would give this acting probably a solid B. And I'll tell you why. What pushes it over the edge for me as far as acting goes, maybe even give this maybe even a B+. Okay? It's the kids. That is what really sets this movie apart. When they're terrified and when they're scared, you can tell that they are scared. And it's great. Because normally kid actors trying to be scared, it just doesn't work. But what's going to happen? You know, the adults in the movie, Vera Farmiga and Night Owl and the guy from Office Space.
Okay.
They're good, okay? Obviously they're going to be good. But it's the kids that really make this movie. One of the kids is Joey King, who is kind of a up-and-coming little actress. She's also the little girl that climbs out of the pit in The Dark Knight Rises. Yay! Just kind of giving you a relevant reference. Story, I would give probably Probably a C. I mean, it's based on a true story, but at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's another horror story. They aren't reinventing the horror story. Family moves into this old house. House is haunted. Why is it haunted? You gotta figure it out. They're ghost hunters. Characters? I'd give it a C. Because you don't really get to know the characters all that much. I would love to have known more about Ed and Lorraine Warren. Maybe they could have had like some flashbacks or something of past cases that they've done. I think that would have been really interesting. The effects. The effects I'm giving definitely a solid B. Because like I said, it's nothing you haven't seen before. Again, the way they utilize the scares and the way they put so much into scenes without really showing you anything. I keep using the word compelling. And that's the only word I can use. That's what it is. It's compelling. Alright, so there you go. The Conjuring. Thank you. Oh, what? What's gonna happen?